Anche non so se potrei bene spiegarmi la nostra lingua italiana. Se mi sbaglio mi corrigerete.
Se sbaglio, mi corrigerete. This is one of the most famous and popular sentences said by Saint John Paul II. Jan Paweł II. He was a Polish pope, and me being Polish, it's truly impossible not to know him, especially if you live in Poland or if you are of Polish origins. Recently, Papa Francesco has died, and something I could not help but think of is, along with all the news we could read and all the achievements that we could also witness, everything that's been written on newspapers, websites, social media. One afternoon, I just sat down and I thought, actually, popes are incredible polyglots. Truly, it's difficult to think of a pope who did not speak at least 3, 4, 5 languages. Let's take Pope Francis, for example. His celebrity does not derive from speaking plenty of languages, unlike his predecessors, who we'll see in a moment. It's actually astonishing. If we look at Pope Francis, he was obviously from Argentina, so he was brilliantly proficient in Spanish. He was also quite proficient in Italian.
Guardando al futuro, invita a rivolgersi a un tu.
And then he could also use English, French, German, and also Portuguese, obviously with different levels of fluency. His English skills, for example, were not majestic. He wasn't an advanced speaker of English.
I thank you for your welcome, and I am grateful for all that you have done to prepare.
He actually had admitted to struggling with the English language. Despite all this, it's truly incredible that one of the least proficient popes in different languages could still speak so many of them. It was completely different when it comes to Benedict XVI. Or, as I've mentioned at the beginning, John Paul II. And what truly stuns me is how much culture do these men possess. John Paul II is also known because he has traveled so much around the globe. He used to address people when sharing his Easter wishes to the crowd in St. Peter's. He also managed to use 60 and more languages. The mere fact of addressing thousands, millions actually, of people and trying to learn some expressions in the biggest number of languages possible, that's truly astonishing. And one key lesson I want to derive from this is you mustn't be perfect at learning a language, because John Paul II, in that very famous speech, he actually made a mistake. It perfectly explains the point. You needn't be perfect to speak in a language or to be heard. What's at the core of it is communication. Of course, some languages were taught to them when they were going to school. Some of them probably stem from duty and necessity. I think about ancient languages. Italian is necessary, of course, because you are in Italy, actually. But then I also picture how curious they were. I believe that a lot of it also derives from wanting to communicate and being a good representative of the church, a good representative of the state. You are basically the chief of. Even learning a few expressions has probably made them closer, and their approach has been more human. Even familiarizing with some very basic expressions, in my opinion, has made them more approachable to people who were meeting them. And they also felt they were heard and they were seen. And that's something that languages truly have the power to do. You feel seen, you feel heard. It's simply different. And even if you're not perfect in the language, which, again, perfection does not exist in languages, even if you're not aiming for perfection, but you're aiming for communication, That's absolutely incredible. And you can achieve wonders. Whether you're religious or not, whether you're interested in Catholicism or not, I believe that these figures truly represent something for languages. I think it's remarkable to see how these men can speak different languages. And let me know down below in the comments what you think. Which of the languages that these popes spoke can you understand? I'll read your comments down below. I am very curious to see the new pope, which languages he is going to speak. I try not to include the political aspect of it, the religious aspect. I am simply talking about languages here, and I think it's remarkable. It's truly remarkable. So I'll eagerly read your comments below. I'm going to leave you also here the video with the most spoken languages in the world. So if you're curious, you can check that out, and I'll see you next time with a new piece of content. Bye!